I practice municipal land use planning and development law. I came into this field somewhat circumstantially. I initially out of law school thought that I might become a criminal lawyer. That's where my undergrad studies were focused and where I did some of my volunteer work in early law school. I decided to take a job at Goodmans for a variety of reasons, and so once I arrived there for my summer stint and then for my articling year, there's a rotational system, so I did my first rotation through our firm's administrative law group, which essentially is a municipal and land use planning group. And I immediately realized it was a great fit for me. I thought that perhaps having taken a job on Bay Street that I might fall into the civil litigation world, but the municipal department gave me something, or it really provided the best of a number of worlds for me. First of all, I really liked the practice group in terms of the people. I found them very impressive and very kind and supportive and just overall very good at what they did. And they all seemed to really enjoy what they did and what they practiced. And they didn't take themselves too seriously, but were really a good, really good group of role models. I made the right choice in practicing law. I also absolutely made the right choice in sticking at Goodmans and in practicing in the municipal and land use planning area. I find it very rewarding, very challenging, and it's definitely the right fit for me. It gives me a really good breadth of different types of work. It's both barrister and solicitor work. It's dealing with public and private sector people, and people from all walks of life. We're often dealing with individual citizens who may raise a concern in the context of a development process, and so we have to work with those people to make sure that their concerns are addressed in a timely fashion, and I find that very rewarding. Early in my career, I tended to volunteer more outside of the firm. I was active in a charitable organization called Athletes for Africa, which was focused on institution and educational work and athletic institution building in northern Uganda. That was important to me because I spent a couple of months living in northern Uganda in my first summer working at the firm, doing some pro bono work for a constitutional petition to abolish the death penalty. So it was quite rewarding to come back to Toronto and be involved in that capacity. I think it's important to manage clients' expectations because there's nothing worse than leading a client to believe that a result might be more likely to achieve than it actually is. And I think strong oral and written communication skills are absolutely essential to gain your client's trust. So I really pride myself on trying to do that. So I think the future of the profession is coming under fire more and more these days. We see the rise of political populism, and it's resulted in legislative changes, in my experience over the last few years, that can be quite stark and can be quite fast-moving. So I think it's really important for lawyers to be able to be adaptable and be nimble as we move forward through some of these changing landscapes. And I think it's really important to do so in a way that maintains all of our core principles that we hold so dearly, maintain principles such as the rule of law, to ensure that our civil society is well set up for the future. And we've noticed this recently in the field I work in, the municipal land use planning world. There's been some very significant legislative changes, and we have to adapt. The government has its agenda, and we just have to make sure that we're providing our clients the best possible service we can in that climate.